guys, it's Wilhelmina Simone.
And it's Taja Ellis. And welcome to another episode of Black Girl Politics.
Yes. How you doing today, Zaddy? She's doing great. So, I'm so happy you guys are joining us again for another episode. Super excited. You're super excited.
I'm definitely super excited. I'm pumped!
You're pumped?
Super pumped.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about us.
Who we are.
Who we are, who we be, who we is.
Who we are. And what gives us the right to, even say... I'm pretty sure some of y'all are thinking, who the fuck are these bitches?
Yeah, who are we, who we be. So, like Taja said, someone asked us, what gives you the right to talk about this? What makes your opinion valid? Because there's a lot of opinions out there. Not many of them need to be heard. Trump, Hillary, things like that. But we're going to tell you why Black Girl Politics is our show and why we're doing it.
I mean, Black Girl Politics. Hello. To black girls in college. Hello. I think our show is basically, it's cool. I mean, what other show is there really out there like that is black girls talking about black girls, by black girls, for black girls? So I think that literally just puts us as candidates number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So let me tell you a little bit about opinions. People have their opinions and don't know what they're talking about. People say whatever they hear someone else say. Hearsay, he say, she say. The difference between me and Tasha, we read, we write, we learn, and then we say our opinion.
Yeah.
Not only that, our experiences have taught us that we don't have a voice out here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls bickering and chatting on Twitter, on Instagram, and on other social medias, but there's not anyone for us, by us, to speak for us. So what else is there?
Yeah, I think that, a lot, as generations progress, they each start to change. I'm about to get very... But as each generation progresses, everything starts to change. So I feel like with more consciousness arising because of everything that we've been through and the whole black experience, it's only right that we're now... It's a privilege to even be here and being able to state our opinions. What other 19-year-olds are really doing this right now? So for us to have this show and this sort of platform, I mean, yeah, there are people who are younger doing bigger things and people who are older doing, worse things.
But we're just the average Joe.
We're just the average girl talking about...
being the average girl in America.
Yeah, being the average girl in America.
Me and Taja come from completely different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Taja grew up in Brooklyn. I lived in the Bronx, lived in Mount Vernon, but went to school in Pelham, which was 98% white. And the way that I came about being pro-black or conscious or woke was because during my time in middle school and high school, I was the only black girl in my classes. Whether it was math class to my AP classes that I took, they would be like, how did you get here? Are you smart enough? And it made me really... I didn't know I was black until someone told me I was black. I did not know. Especially being light-skinned and being mixed, my consciousness and how I looked at the world was colorblind. So when someone told me, yeah, you're black, I was like, you're right. I'm black. I'm definitely black. And then I started seeing things that not other girls and other people can see. And that brings up, and then I started looking into things like that and reading about it and came across people like Du Bois talking about the double consciousness and that you're black, but you're also an American. So you have to be and act as such, and knowing that you can only do certain things and only say certain things as an American as being black, so you don't make the mistakes that people make, and that you have to be a certain way so you don't get ostracized by America, and you have to assimilate into mainstream culture, and that you have to suppress being black to be an American sometimes and reverse the roles. And I thought that outlook on life was beautiful, and then I just started falling in love with being black.
Yeah. I mean, my experience personally, I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, do or die. Born and raised, but growing up, I come from a Caribbean household. My parents are from Belize. So I was raised with my mom and my grandma, and they're very... It's just, if you know, very strict, regimented sort of hierarchy, and you're just taught to automatically just respect your elders no matter what. So I didn't really question much things. I kind of just went along with what was told for me. So my mom kind of planned out my life, kind of. So I'm kind of planning out my own. I went to school, elementary school, all the way in by Midwood, and so all my classmates were like Albanian, Russian, Polish, Uzbekistan,
Different types of
Tajikistan,
vanilla.
different types of Europeans. So I already grew up in that. So when I went to middle school, I went to middle school with predominantly like Hispanic and blacks, and then my high school as well. And then I transferred high schools, which was the same type of environment. So people would tell me, oh my God, you talk so white. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you sound, little did I know white was synonym for articulate and
Smart.
educated and smart and enunciating your words and not speaking with slang or not speaking a certain type of way or with an accent. I mean, I do have a Brooklyn accent, but it's not that distinguishable, I believe. I may be wrong.
You're okay. You're okay.
But yeah, all of those things. So when I grew up, when I went to like high school, I just really tried to be someone who I wasn't. Like when I was in middle school, I used to listen to a lot of Nirvana, and I used to like wear heavy ass eyeliner and think I was like some goth chick from 1982.
She was that girl.
I was that girl,
She was
and
that
all
girl.
my friends were like those type of people. But then when I got to high school, that wasn't cute or cool. You would never get a boyfriend looking like that. Like you
another
would
thing to
never
talk
get a
about.
boyfriend. And I was really, really smart, and I knew what I was doing when I was like 11. But then when you get to 14, it's like, well, all my friends are wearing this, and that's another thing you try and assimilate into this way of thinking and being that is not necessarily indicative of all types of girls. Not every black girl is out here with 38 long inch weave and true religions, and nothing is wrong with that. However, just because you look like that doesn't mean you have to be screaming like a chicken head down the streets or trying to get any dick anywhere from any boy or, acting a certain way and being a certain type of way and just being a bird just because I hang out with these certain type of girls. So as I progressed further in my high school education, I learned that it's okay to be yourself. It is totally okay to be yourself.
It's okay to love yourself.
It's okay to love yourself. And just because you're a black girl doesn't necessarily mean you have to act like this one type of black girl. And that's really, really what I learned. And I'm so happy that I learned that because I was always like the weird sort of kid. And then I had to assimilate to not being a weird sort of kid, which actually I was getting so many signs from the universe that that's not who you are.
You're
that's
still weird.
Really not, huh?
You're still weird. And
Thanks.
I love it. It's okay, though.
Thanks. But I was always like a really, really bookworm and a nerd. And so now I'm reverting to that. Now I just always knew what I was talking about. I just never had an outlet. And now I do. But I just never had something to put that into. So.
And this is not only our outlet, but this is also your outlet.
Yes, definitely.
We are your voice.
So we would love to hear like opinions, outlooks,
Comments, constructive criticism. Me and Taja, obviously, we're in Brooklyn. We're in New York City. We are in a major metropolitan area, and we see an array of different things, different cultures, different backgrounds, ethnicities, nationalities, and you guys, your opinions are always valid with us, and we love. Let's not call it arguing. We love to debate. And we both love to learn, and that's how we found each other.
Yeah.
So this is a learning ground. This is for you to be inspired to do your own research. And this is for you to even teach us something.
Yeah.
Because I don't know everything, and that's completely okay. And we want to learn from you so you can learn from us, and we can get the conversation going for everyone.
Yeah.
All different types of people.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're like you said, how we met, we're unbelievably open-minded. So we're not the type of people to be like, well, but, unless it's like something completely ignorant. But, yeah, we're open to listening and to learning and to debating and to, well, I agree with you, but, or this is what I went through, so I don't, but I can see how you, ... fill in the blank.
Play devil's advocate. Me and Taja are the same person, but since we have different backgrounds, we have completely different opinions on certain things. And you'll hear us arguing all the time. But I think that's a beautiful thing. And for all girls to know and all black girls to know, just because you don't agree on something doesn't mean it's wrong and doesn't mean it's right. There's always my side, your side, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Yes.
And we're here to get that truth out there by having both sides present. We'll be interviewing people and hearing different experiences, because what I do in New York and what you do in California and what you do in the Midwest is completely different and indicative to who you are and how you portray yourself in life.
Yeah.
So that's why my opinion is valid, because my opinion is not only my own, it's a melting pot of what I see, what I do, what I hear, what I read, and it's a very fair playing field.
Yeah,
very fair.
I definitely agree. I think my opinions are definitely validated because of what we're willing to take in and what we're willing to see, what we're willing to experience and not be sort of closed into a specific box. I'm willing to travel all areas. I'm willing to be a triangle one day and a circle another. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have a foundation to my core in who I am and what I believe, but it just means that I'm willing to see life for all it has to offer, you know, not just what I've been told or who told me what, or these different types of marginalized weird ideas that people have.
And understanding that women and black women and all women, period, are multifaceted.
Yes.
I can sit here and tell you all about the new Jim Crow and mass incarceration, but I will still go get lit tomorrow. There's no difference. I will sit there and read Ta-Nehisi quotes day in and day out, but you will also see me dabbing and doing all that. Like, this is a no judgment zone. This is no judgment. And if I don't agree with your opinion, that does not take away from the person you are. And I think we both have an understanding of that. And that's why we want our voices to be heard. Because we want your voices to be heard.
Yeah.
So whatever you're thinking or doing and feeling is going to be through us, and you can even be here with us.
Yeah, definitely let us know if you want to be on the show. I mean, definitely to what she was saying. Someone actually said to me not too long ago, they're like, how could you be so, like, basically aware and you listen to Lil Uzi? And I'm just like,
nothing wrong
that
with
has nothing to do.
Nothing wrong with Lil Uzi.
That has nothing to do. I completely know that these boys are talking about bitches, money, and clothes. I am completely aware about that Goyard belt that they be talking about. I'm completely aware of all these bitches they be talking about. However, I have no problem reading Maya Angelou. I have no problem telling you the breakdowns of all of the controlling images that protrude in a lot of media that is presented to black people but not by black people. And so how a lot of us, like, for example, we're both in the TV radio field. I'm in particular journalism major.
Content creator. Yeah,
likewise. But I actually just wrote this essay on representation of black journalists and how there isn't an avenue necessarily for us to get there. There's organizations arising recently, but all of the things that you see on TV, they're not by us. So therefore, it's people telling you how to be, and people reenact that in their life, and that's not necessarily how real life should go. You know, all of these things that portrayed, it's all negative, and like we're all either stealing stuff or like.
It goes way back. It goes way.
We have future episodes coming up talking about that.
Definitely.
So stay tuned. We have a lot coming up. We'll be talking about.
I was gonna say it goes back into I really forget the movie. What's that movie called?
Say the plot.
It's it was the first movie, and it's about how, let's say, if the South won the Civil War.
Oh, The Birth of a Nation.
It goes back
Woodrow
to things
Wilson
like,
watched it.
It goes way back
House.
to those.
Yep.
It goes back
and
to
it was
Disney.
It was in the KKK.
Yeah, it goes back to Disney. It goes back to how you think you should be black because someone told you how to be black. And we're trying to break down these barriers because as a light-skinned young black woman, I know there's a lot of light-skinned black women who speak for black women, but and they're the only voices being heard, but then there's dark-skinned black women who aren't being heard. And we're going to talk about all of that, whether it's colorism. We're here to debate. We want constructive criticism, and we understand our privilege, and we also understand our oppression. So there's no barriers that we're not willing to cross to make sure that the point gets across.
Definitely. I mean, I was just going to bring up the Ta-Nehisi Coates quote.
Great author. Check him out.
Yes. Between the World and Me. Beautiful book. He basically said how race doesn't exist without racism. So people have to be racist in order to put you in a specific category of you're black, so that equals this is that. Lazy, stupid, and poor. And white equals smart,
rich,
privileged, power. And so how those constructs come about. And how, I mean, I think it starts with us. It really starts with us. So we may not see change today, and we may not see it tomorrow. But for our kids, and for our kids' kids, and for future generations, something will change. As we talked about before, the pot is starting to stir. So now we need something new to eat.
And since we're celebrating black women and the black community in general, and actually all communities, Latino, whatever, we do have to talk about the nitty-gritty. We have to talk about the problems. We have to talk about black-on-black crime and why it's Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter and why these problems are even arising. So we're not here to be like, oh, we're doing everything right. Because there are things we could be doing better or things we're doing wrong, and how our foundations we're just a product of what we were given.
Yeah.
And how we came from certain places and why this came about. It's almost like a history lesson, but a lit history lesson.
Yeah.
A lit history lesson.
A lit history. It's a
we're not trying to sit here and bore you and be lecture. I have a lecture
And we're not
hall.
trying to sound like smarter or better or because we read this, we know this, so we're not trying to sound like that. Like we said, we're open to all different types of opinions, outlooks, and beliefs. And if you read something that we haven't, but you think it would be great for us, or something that, you know, like I just said, if it is Ta-Nehisi quotes or Maya Angelou or W.E.B. Du Bois
to
or
Beyonce,
to
Lil Yachty, to RJ. It's okay. I'm just a regular smuggler girl from Bronx.
Dead ass.
That's really just what it is.
Dead
but I want to
ass.
help. It's all about helping each other,
Yeah.
and it's to build, it's support. There's too much backstabbing. There's too much competition within the Black community, and we already have to compete with everyone else in the world. So we're here to stop that competition between us and be the competition.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. That's what it's all about. So that's exciting. Are you excited? You better be excited. And I know my friends are watching. Be excited. This is exciting. And if you guys have any advice for us,
questions, comments, concerns, advice,
how to make it more lit,
anything.
You want to see something behind here,
you want to be behind here,
you don't like this lipstick color, you let me know. You want to talk about a certain book, you have topics that you want to speak about, just let us know.
Suggestions, anything like that.
Yeah.
If you're in the New York City area and you have something to say and you feel like you don't even got to be a girl, I would love to hear from my young Black brothers or my young Latino brothers. Or
get some Yatu Sabes up in here.
Yeah, even older people. But yeah.
Older means anything 30 and over. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, we would love to see different outlooks and different array, a cornucopia of opinions and beliefs.
Yeah, we're growing and you're growing, so we want to grow with you, but we want you to grow with us.
Yeah.
So this is what it is now, but who's saying what it could be?
Yeah.
So definitely just let us know. And yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Thanks. We have so much more content coming for you guys. It's going to be great. We're going to have a panel. We're going to have guest artists. We're going to have everything that we know you want to hear and everything that we can give you.
Definitely.
We're definitely here for you, and it's going to be lit. It's a lituation. It's a situation, and it's for you, by you, from us. It's a gift. It's a gift. If anything, we're Kanye, and our presence is a present. But you're the present too. So definitely just let us know.
That was ASAP.
What?
That was ASAP.
Was it?
Yeah. Our presence
Maybe I'm
is
not
a
Black
present.
enough.
Just take it is a blessing.
So yes, guys, definitely comment, subscribe, let us know. We'll put our social media up, and we'll definitely be here, and can't wait for our next episode and to hear from